Well, I haven't been home in a while, and when I went in and opened the refrigerator in the house, it was warm. That sucks. So obviously I had to empty out all the spoiled food, and so a new refrigerator is about $600 for me on the minimum. I mean, to replace what I had. And $600 is a lot of money to me. I mean, people are buying fridges that are, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 these days. But I just have a fridge that keeps frozen stuff frozen and cold stuff cold. Works for me, but now it's not working for me. So let's go in and see if we can figure out maybe there's a way to fix it. Let's go. Alright, so while the fridge was still plugged in, I heard a ticking noise every once in a while, every minute or so, coming out from underneath this cover. So I followed the instructions on the back of the cover and got the cover off. And in here are two parts. I've taken the parts out and disconnected them from the wires. I'll show you those parts. Okay, so here are the parts. The part on the right is called a refrigerator freezer startup relay. The one on the left is called an overload. So they work together apparently to start the compressor and keep things from, getting overheated or that kind of thing. So anyway, in picking this one up, I looked at it and I don't know if you can hear that. The insides of it are shot. My hope is by getting a new part, I'll probably replace this part too, because they seem to kind of work together. My hope is by replacing those parts, the refrigerator will start up and work again. So it's off to the appliance repair shop, parts shop, to get the new parts. These parts are available online. They're not very expensive. They're kind of universal, and I'm probably going to have to pay a lot more to get it today at my local business, but I don't mind that. I like supporting my local business as long as it's not too extreme, and I don't mind spending the money if I can get some more life out of this refrigerator. So I'm going to cut now and go down and get the parts. You won't notice that because it's going to just cut back in when I've got the parts, and we're going to put things back together. So for now, that's it. So while I'm waiting for the appliance store to open up, I'm going to take a look underneath here and see what the coils look like. Oh my God, look at that. Those are filthy. Okay, so time to clean them. Okay, so back from the appliance parts store, they said this part's okay. This is the only part that's worn out. And I got a new replacement part. So let's put it in and see if things work. Okay, so I'm going to plug things in and see if they work. Alright, so the compressor's on. I can feel it. The fan is on, which it should be, to draw hot air away and evaporate water if any should collect during defrosting. I've got the new relay in, and I've got the new overloads, or the old overload switch in. They said I didn't need to replace that. I may get a new one anyway and just put it in. The relay seems to be clicking on and off the way it's supposed to. So, at least for the moment, I'm going to call this a success. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to leave it where it is and see if it's starting to cool down. Hopefully it is. I think I'll put my thermometers from the van inside and see if I'm getting any cooling so I don't have to open the door. So the temp seems to be coming down in the fridge, in the freezer. It'll probably take a while for the freezer to get down to temp, and I'm thinking a little bit longer for the fridge because there's nothing in here, so it's going to take a while for it to get cold. I think I'll probably take the thermometer in the fridge and move it up near the cold air to get a better idea, and likewise with the thermometer in the freezer. Since there's nothing in there, I'll just put it as near as I can to the cold air coming in. That should give a pretty good indication of what the temperature is. So I've got the thermometer in the fridge right up where the cold air comes into the fridge. So I'm thinking that'll give me a pretty good indication, since there's nothing in here, of what the temperature of the air is coming in. And then I did the same thing up here in the freezer and put the thermometer right near the cold air in the freezer. I'm hoping that'll give me a good indication of the temperature up here in the freezer. Can't really see it. There we go. So we can see that the repair seems to be working. The fridge is coming down in temperature, probably a lot more because it's so close to the air. And the freezer is coming way down in temperature. Now I have it set at 5, which is what it's recommended to be at, and I'm just going to leave it there. I have to go out and do an errand, so later on today I'm going to come back and check and see how the temps are holding up. So there you have it. I saved about $600. I always like, not spending money. Sometimes you can't avoid it, but in this case it was a simple fix. The fridge is working great again, and that's what we need to do more of. Try and save the thing that we're using rather than throw it away and buy a new one. Yeah, it's always nice getting new stuff, but while the refrigerator was down, I got in with a sponge and a little detergent, some water, cleaned everything up, and the fridge looks like it's brand new. Fridges don't generally get a lot of wear and tear inside. You're just putting stuff on a rack and, keeping it cold. So, if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you think it'd help somebody else, I'll bet it would. Share it with them. And as always, comment as you see fit. Till the next video, see you later.